Bristol Motor Speedway, the world's fastest half mile tonight, becomes the world's largest college football stadium. The Vol Walk is a sea of orange. Tennessee a little loose in the turns in the opener, hoping to show some championship horsepower tonight. While Virginia Tech is under a new regime, and we'll find out just what the Hokies have under the hood. Tennessee, Virginia Tech in the battle at Bristol. It is built for racing, and if we're built for racing, we need pit reporters like Dr. Jerry Punch.
Hey, thank you very much, Reese. Hello, everyone. Folks, think about it. Just over 3 weeks ago, where I'm standing was an asphalt parking lot filled with stock cars and semi-tractor trailers. But speaking of crowds, my man Marty Smith hanging out with people who are wearing different shades of orange.
Doc, thank you. Good evening. For 20 years, I've made fun of Jimmy Johnson and Dale Earnhardt Jr. for showing up to work in glorified onesie adult pajamas. Now look at us. Welcome to an event 20 years in the making. Back in the mid-90s, former Bristol Motor Speedway general manager Jeff Bird had an idea. Tennessee Volunteers, Virginia Tech Hokies, Bristol Motor Speedway, because as Reese mentions, this track is basically a center point between the two campuses. But some politics got in the way. Some of the folks down at Tennessee didn't like the idea that the most watched game in Tennessee history wouldn't take place at Neyland Stadium. Ultimately, common sense prevailed because of the success of events like the Carrier Classic in college basketball and the Winter Classic in hockey. So here we are. We have Hokies. We have Vols. Gentlemen, start your engines.
Marty, I believe that the ladies have already started their engines just behind you, and it reminded me that they did buy 545,000 beers to sell at this event.
Did they?
Tonight, yeah.
I think I know where 20 of them went.
Time to drop the green flag with Reese Davis and Kirk Herbstreit.
To football fans, Bristol Motor Speedway is going to be something totally new. But for us racers, it also feels kind of familiar. 150,000 plus, packed to the sky. Ears ringing, helmets flying, hard contact, even officials throwing flags. For 55 years, from the king to the kid, racers have filled these hills with cheers and boos. My daddy filled them with both. Tonight, they will be filled with orange and maroon, Vols and Hokies, a town and a track divided between two states. Yeah, they've moved some stuff around for the game, but it's still Bristol. All this green can only mean one thing. Go. Welcome to the battle at Bristol.
Gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce to you tonight Mr. Bruton Smith. He's the chairman of the Bristol Motor Speedway, and he's going to flip the coin for us. Mr. Smith, would you do us the honors? Flip it up. It is heads.
Second down and 2. McMillan bounces to the outside, running room for Trayvon McMillan. He's in Tennessee territory. McMillan is still on his feet. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. 69 yards. It was as if someone just waved the green flag and he mashed the gas, baby.
How about the breakaway speed by McMillan to leave Todd Kelly and get to that end zone?
See those race cars still around this concrete half-mile oval, the world's fastest half-mile. Tennessee about a half-mile away from the end zone. They have the ball back, only 33 yards of offense so far from their own 10. We'll check in with Dr. Jerry Punch.
Thank you, Reese. And obviously, no one will probably ever have a bigger impact on Hokie football than this guy, former head coach Frank Beamer.
They haven't gone minus 55. Yeah, they may go plus 7 points if they can make this connection. Another throwing up and hoping that Jason Kroom could make the play. Kirby, this is our view. Powerful binoculars and nice big screens are helpful, including Colossus. You know, when we first came up here to check it out, when we arrived in Bristol, I know what a big fan of the movie Zoolander you are. And I was looking, I said, what is this, a football field for ants? You know,
right.
A long way away.
It just looks so small from up here.
Welcome back to the Pilot Flying J battle at Bristol. Fans got revved up last night with a live concert from the band Perry. Now look at this. It's racing. See how tight it is? It's fast. 1995, August 25th. Look at Earnhardt and Labonte. It's Terry Labonte there spinning. Well, you know what they say? It's Bristol, baby. You're going to get sideways every now and then. And now Earnhardt in the 3 car, as you know. There they go in 1999. They go into the turn, and the same thing happened. Puts him in the spin cycle. But I think just one of those racing deals, wasn't it, Dr. Jerry Punch? Just a racing deal.
Yeah, Earnhardt said in Victory Lane when I was trying to interview him, and 140,000 were screaming. I didn't mean to wreck him. I just meant to rattle his cage, but that's typical of what you saw. Full contact stock car racing here at Bristol.
Well, we see people in this game that are trying to wreck each other, and Josh Dobbs trying to wreck the Virginia Tech defense. Josh Dobbs, and nobody was able to spin him out. A big pickup for the Vols. Pressure on Dobbs. Spins away from it. Dumps it in the flat. First down and more for Kamara. Touchdown, Tennessee. Von Hill had him for just a moment. Spun out of his grasp. And the senior majoring in aerospace engineering makes a play through the air. Here at Bristol Motor Speedway, the Volunteers are racing for the checkered flag. And they've spun Virginia Tech out and put them into the wall along the way. John Kelly, young back there, very high on, and they take the checkered. They might have to run some laps for 6.5 minutes, but this baby's in the books as Tennessee has roared away. They explain things in NASCAR sometimes by saying it's just one of those racing deals. They've had a lot of those deals. Fender came off, bumper on the ground, tire blown out, lug nuts falling off. Tennessee,
Is that bad?
putting the hammer down. We check in down on the track with Dr. Jerry Punch.
Hey guys, Butch Jones, you guys were talking about the fact that they had trouble finishing some of those big games a year ago. In the offseason, Butch, when he was talking about coming here, the NASCAR terminology, he said guys can lead races late. They start looking in their mirrors and thinking about what's coming up behind them, and guess what? They don't win. He said the focus has got to be out the windshield. We got to focus forward on the next play, the next lap. That's how we win races. That's how we win ball games.
Here in Thunder Valley, known for tough, hard-nosed racing, and we saw plenty of hard-nosed football tonight between these two proud programs. 3rd down and 8, and Tennessee desperately needs to keep the ball. Pressure on Dobbs. Flag comes down. It looks as if it might be a hold, but Matua Pawaka doesn't let Dobbs get to the first down line anyway.
Wait till you see. This is actually a tackle. This isn't a hold. This is a WWE takedown. Coleman Thomas, if you can't block him, just body slam him. Watch 55, the center. And he had a long game against Appalachian State. If you can't block him, this is a good move you can maybe try. Body slam right in front of the referee.
Mayfield going for his second career with Pocono. He knocks him out of the way. Earnhardt goes high. Mayfield is going to win here at Pocono. Oh my! Dale Earnhardt gets rooted out of the way.